Hi everybody, Margaret here, getting ready to put together a turkey taco ring for dinner. This is an old school Pampered chef recipe that's been lightened up, and it is still every bit as delicious, fewer calories, and it's on this beautiful new platter. Can you see it? It's glazed stoneware. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am starting with some onion. This is the onion that I used the quick prep food grater for a couple nights ago, and I'm going to take half of it and use it for the taco meat, and I'm just going to use my food chopper here to dice it up real small. The rest of this is going to go in salsa. In fact, I think I'll put more in the taco meat than I'm going to in the salsa. There we go. Save that for the salsa. And then food chopper. Oh my gosh, I know most of you have one of these. I tell you, it is still one of my top sellers after all these years. I bought one maybe 20, 25 years ago. It looked totally different than this one. Worked just as well. Got this style, gosh, 15, maybe almost 20 years ago when they changed it up. It hasn't changed since, and it's just fabulous. For those of you who don't have the food chopper, you need one. This is, so the blades come down. Every time you press on the handle, the blades make a rotation. So you're chopping up food, and the more you press, the finer the food gets. It takes no knife skills. The kids can help you. You can get those onions so tiny that nobody even knows they're there if you have picky Pickertons like I do. So you can either chop right here in the cap, like if I'm doing nuts or herbs, I'll often chop right in the cap to keep it contained, and then I'll just pull this off like that and then pour it into what I'm doing. If I am chopping things like onions, I'll just chop right here on my cutting mat and do it that way. Also too, cleanup on this could not be easier. That comes right off, this screws off, this comes up, and this opens up. No science projects growing behind the scenes. All goes in the top rack of the dishwasher. In fact, I only take up 2 cup slots. This stacks there, this one I stack this way, and then this guy goes right inside. That's how I put it in my dishwasher, side by side, top rack. So let's chop up these onions. It's amazing how quickly it does it. And again, I'm not going to use the cap, but you certainly can. So here's the onions. I've got them already. So you just put a bunch of it underneath there. Chop, chop, chop. And then a bunch more. And finish it off. Now, if I was using a whole onion, I would quarter it first and then chop each of the quarters up. So there we are. Nice fine onion. Let's get the ground beef going. I am using this beautiful 12-inch stainless nonstick skillet for the meat. And I actually already got it going because once again, I was recording when I didn't know I was recording, and I was not recording when I wanted to be recording. So I'm learning, but I got it figured out. So I already have our ground meat already browned. It's just beautiful. This is ground turkey with the onion and some Tex-Mex rub, which our family loves this. I haven't used it much in the past, but I have this week, and everybody is loving the flavor of it. So you can use any taco seasoning you want. We're doing the Tex-Mex rub. And then, of course, you probably recognize this, the mix and chop. This is one of my top selling 3 items, and it has been for probably 10 years. Every month, one of my top selling 10 items. So again, if you don't have one of these, seriously, it's the best stocking stuffer gift. It's the best little gift for a coworker. It's a gift for yourself. It just gets that ground meat, Taco Bell fine is what I call it. You can just get that meat so very fine. And look, when you have ground turkey, there's like no oil in the pan. So that's a great option to lighten up your dishes. So this smells heavenly. It broke up beautifully. As you can see, look at this pan. This is going to be a ease to clean up. The stainless is amazing. I feel like food cooks better in stainless and tastes better in stainless. Maybe it's all up here, you know, in my mind, but I really love it. I never enjoyed cooking with stainless because I would burn things, or I would have such a pain cleaning them up, it wasn't worth it. So now that we have this non-stick, and the technology is amazing, I don't know if it's out there anywhere else, but it cleans up just like non-stick. You can throw them in the dishwasher. They have a lifetime guarantee, and these pans are amazing. Also, same kind of technology in the wok that I used a couple nights ago. They're on special in April. So April, you can get, as a host, 60% off a set of pans or a pan of your choice with a party. So if you are at all looking for new cookware, that is the month to have a party, is April. So our meat is done, and we're gonna get our ring put together. Okay, we're getting ready to put the dough on the pan. This is the part most people are like not sure about how to do it. And I'll tell you, I think with this new beautiful platter, it's even easier because you have this guide right here, this circle guide. So that's going to help me with where the center should be. Now this works great on any pizza stone or round stone. You can make a different shape on different types of stones, you know, just a straight one, figure out how to braid the dough together. But on this, I think it's going to be even easier than ever. So first thing is, this stone will bake just as nicely as the non-glazed ones, but you do just want to put a tiny bit of oil down on it so that it's just sure to not stick on it, because it's not going to develop the seasoning and the non-stick surface that the unglazed stones do, but it's going to bake as beautifully as it does. And does anybody have this guy? I really like my spritzer. I find, I haven't pumped it up enough here, I find that I just need to clean it once a month with hot water. Every time I go to refill it, I just see it just sprays beautifully. Every time I go to refill it, I just wash it with hot soapy water and then spray hot water through it, and it cleans out the nozzle and it works beautifully. Every time you get done using it, you want to just release the pressure a little bit and then store it that way. So I keep olive oil on mine, and it just works great. I looked in the store today for low fat or reduced fat crescent roll dough, and I'm wondering if they make it anymore, because I checked in 2 stores and it was nowhere. So I bought regular, and that is the way it is, right? So this is what you do. You need 2 regular crescent roll dough, the kind that has the perforations. They make them in sheets now where it's just no perforations, one big piece of dough. That's not what you want. You want the ones that have the crescent roll perforation. So you take both apart, and don't use this dough, don't take it out of the refrigerator till you're ready to use it, or you will have a very sticky mess. So here's how it works. You take and you unroll them, and you break them into their triangles. Now these are, if I was a math teacher, I would know what kind of triangle this was. I want to say isosceles, but I'm probably wrong. So you want the short end to face the inside. See? So let me put these on the counter here. It's going to be on the inside, and you just want it on the other outside of that ring in the center. So now I'm going to overlap. Take another one. See, get this to where you guys can see it. And I'm overlapping to the side. And I'm letting those edges hang over, and I'm overlapping like that. And now I'm going to go all the way around with this. And really, you cannot make an ugly ring, you guys. It always bakes up beautifully. No matter how awkward or weird it looks going in, or uneven or whatever, it bakes up beautifully. So I just kind of keep putting them one over the other all the way around. If I end up with an extra one at the end because I spaced them out weird, I just tuck it in where I see the biggest opening. See, I'm a little over the halfway mark, and I have half my dough left, so I am going to have an awkward space. So I'm going to hug these a little tighter on this side. And again, I love the circle in the middle because it's your guide. I've not made a stone on this, made a ring on this stone yet. It's my first one. In fact, it's the first time I've used this stone. I used this stone at Super Bowl for chip dip. I loved it for that, but I haven't baked on it yet. So here we go, flipping it over. Okay, see, I've got 3 left, and I'm all the way around. So look, I'm just gonna find where I see the biggest opening, and I'm gonna tuck one in. There we go, there's one. I got 2 more to go. Biggest opening, and tuck it in. There we go. Let it hang over the edge. Where's the next biggest opening? I'm gonna say it's right here. I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, there you go. So, there it is. Now I'm gonna take my handy roller. I love this roller. We have a beautiful new rolling pin also that is marble, and it is lovely. But for this pre-made dough, this little rolling pin is the ticket because you can roll the dough right on the pan. So I can kind of flatten this out a little bit, kind of just get it so I have a nice base, because this right here, right on here, is where I'm going to put my filling. So all the way around, I'm just going to flatten it out a little bit. Yep. Especially on those places where I overlapped them a little more. So I don't have a big chunk of dough there. Just flatten, flatten, flatten. That's perfect. Okay. And it's ready for my filling. So I've got my turkey meat with the onion and the Tex-Mex rub. I moved it from the frying pan into my batter bowl. We talked about these beauties already. This is the big one. And I've got my cheese that I grated the other night. Put it in a leak-proof storage container, nice and fresh. It's not all clumped together. I need a cup of cheese, so I'm gonna measure out a cup of it from here and add it to my meat. And that's kind of what makes this stick together in the ring. So there's a cup of cheese. Mix that up. So how about these scrapers? Do you guys love these? This is my favorite size. It's called the small mix-in scraper. The name is a little misleading because it's really the medium size of the mix-in scrapers. They're kind of spoon-shaped spatulas. Do you see that? Pathetically, I have 9 of just this shape alone in size because I use it all the time. I've had a time where they've all been in the dishwasher too. So I like the small mix-in scraper best. Maybe tell me what your favorite scraper is. I stir with these, I scrape the bowl with these, all kinds of stuff. Candy makers love them. Okay, there's all that. Now I'm gonna grab a scoop, my large scoop. This is perfect for muffins, cupcakes, and rings. And I'm scooping a bit of meat, putting it right there in the center. All the way around, I'm just gonna scoop. Some of these fillings that you can make for these rings have a mayonnaise base, and so they're a little creamier and they kind of hold together a little better, you know, like a kind of a chicken salad kind of consistency or an egg salad consistency. But this will bake up beautifully and it will be nice and, you know, attached, or it'll all melt together once it's in the oven with the cheese melting and the meat and all of that. Okay, and again, I'm just gonna find the spots, fill it in. This was a pound of ground meat, and then the cup of cheese you guys just saw, and it's plenty to fill this ring. Now you can serve this ring as a dinner entree in bigger pieces for say 4 to 6 people, or you can cut it into smaller pieces and have it as an appetizer where you would just eat it as a finger food. I prefer it to be with a big salad on the side and have it as a dinner entree. Okay, so there it is all the way around. Now here's where the magic happens, you guys. You just grab one, it doesn't matter where you start, and you tuck it under. And you grab another, you go around and you tuck it under. Just keep on going all the way around. If filling falls out, just shove it back in. Let's see, where are we? I feel like I'm doing this backwards, trying to make sure you can see. See? And you just tuck it in. Bring it over, fold it over, tuck it in. Same thing, all the way around. And then again, just put the filling back in if it's kind of fallen out. Get down here, all the way around. See? Super simple. The cutout dough is what the ticket is. That's what makes it so easy, is the pre-cut dough. And then if some of the dough sticks to the side, just kind of move it with your finger and get it off there. There you go. Stick some of that filling in, Take some of that dough off the side. I want it to look pretty when it comes out. Nice. Okay, and then now for the finishing touch, see, there it is. It's gonna go in the oven here, just like that. But what I'm gonna do first is take my silicone basting brush and a little egg white, and I'm just gonna brush the top of the dough. I don't always do this, but it makes it look so beautiful. It's shiny, you know, that look, that bakery look on the pastry is just gorgeous. It just feels special. And you know, we eat with our eyes first, right? You see it, it looks delicious. It's kind of like looking through a cookbook, right? Or online on Pinterest. And when the picture catches your eye, then you really want to know more about that recipe. So we eat with our eyes first. Okay, all the way around. I've got my oven at 375. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. And while it's cooking, we're gonna make a fresh pico de gallo to go with it. I forgot to get avocado at the store, so I'm not gonna have guacamole tonight. I have to say I'm a little upset with myself. But I do love pico, so I'll be happy with that too. And I guess I've saved a few calories that I'm gaining here with these crescent rolls. So we're all good. Anyway, see you in a minute when we do the pico. Okay, our ring is in the oven and I'm gonna start a fresh pico de gallo. There is nothing better than fresh from the garden. These are not from my garden, they're from somebody's massive garden that I bought at the store, but I look forward to summer when I can make this with fresh garden produce. But it's delicious even this way. So I've washed up my jalapenos, some tomatoes, my cilantro, and I have the small mesh colander that I've put them all in. I just think this looks so beautiful. And these colanders are amazing. This is the smallest one, then there's a medium and then a larger. They all nest inside of each other for storage. And they wash up beautifully. And whether you've drained pasta with them, cleaned produce, whatever, rinsed rice, they go right into the dishwasher and they're just gorgeous. Sometimes I even use the large one as a fruit bowl on my countertop. I just think it's so lovely. So anyway, got that all washed up. My onions already chopped up because of my snafu with recording and not recording and all that stuff. I had to do the rest of those onions to show you that food chopper. And we're going to be using the manual food processor for this pico, which I love this. I used to use my food chopper for a salsa and it'll work no problem, but this is so nice because it mixes it all in one container and keeps it completely contained. So let's get this started. We're going to start with a couple tomatoes. So a couple tools that make this so easy. My little Corin Moore here, which I really use this a lot when it comes to summertime for strawberries and what have you, but when I'm making salsa, I use it a lot. In fact, I use both ends when I'm making salsa, and I'll show you that here. So let's quarter this up. A couple of these guys. Let's put another one in. Put another. So what are some of your favorite summertime that you look forward to recipes out of the garden? Are you a salsa maker too? I have a friend, Ruth, who loves making her homemade salsa, and it's good, really good. Okay, so I've got my tomatoes in. I'm gonna go ahead and add some onion here. So maybe just a kind of a 1 spoonful, let's say. Normally I just put a quarter of an onion or a partial part of an onion in there. Let's get our jalapeno going here. So how I deal with this, I seldom wear gloves. I don't even have any right now actually. So what I do is I cut it in half and then use the other side of this Corin Moore and then just cord the seeds right out of it here. It's pretty sharp on that edge. This side is actually made for making melon balls. So it's got a kind of a sharp edge and it'll cut right through that stem, cut right through that membrane. And you know, when you get the seeds and the membrane out of the pepper, it reduces the heat of the pepper a lot. So if you like it super spicy, leave those seeds in or part of them. And if you like it a little more mild like I do, take the seeds out. And then I'm gonna just put that into thirds, put it right in there. Let's grab a little bit of the cilantro And we're gonna put in a clove of garlic, trusty garlic press. You guys know all about that. Right in there it goes. Scrape that off. Garlic. And we're gonna put half of a lime. Where'd my lime go? Oh, it's right here in my basket. You guys recognize a lot of these tools. These are the ones I use in my kitchen all the time. I'm gonna put this lime juice in there, some salt. That's kind of the key, I think, to the flavor, is really salting it well. This is sea salt. I don't feel so bad about using it. And then let's see if we can get this rolling here. So this is like a little mini food processor. It kind of has that same look as the salad spinner, but it's gonna cut it all up in here. Oop, I got it trapped. That happens. I've shoved lots in here, of course, so let's get it going. There we go. So round and round and round it goes. Think about making pesto in here. We used this the other night. Oh yeah, we made the cremelata with this. I forgot about that. You guys have already seen this. Well, it's so good, it's worth seeing it again. I think I probably mentioned baby food and all that. What would you make, or what do you make in your manual food processor? I'd love to hear that. So we like it pretty fine. So I'm gonna mix and mix until it's our consistency. And then this has got a beautiful presentation with that ring. It'll go in a center bowl that'll sit inside of that ring. So I'm gonna finish making the other batch of this salsa. I'm gonna do, this is the first half batch, and then I'll do another one. And we'll be back with our finished ring. Here it is, out of the oven. Isn't it beautiful? I swear it turns out looking beautiful like this every single time. Golden brown, the egg on there really makes it just fabulous. Now to garnish it, you guys. So I've got our Pico right here in the center, right like that. And then I just shredded up or cut up, sliced up some iceberg lettuce, and then that can just go right around the edge here. It's still sizzling hot. So one of the things I love about stoneware is this ring, like if we weren't gonna serve it for, say, 30 minutes, it would still be piping hot. It stays hot for a good hour. And so seconds or leftovers, not leftovers, but when you go back for seconds, they're still hot on the stone. So look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I can't lift it up. I'm gonna move the camera for you. Oh my goodness. I hope that if you have never tried making a ring, you will try it, because it's such a treat for your family. There's a ton of different fillings. You can even look on pamperedchef.com and just put in ring, the word R-I-N-G, and you'll come up with all these different fillings. And if you need help with that, just send me a private message or text me or email me, and I can send you some recipes too. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great evening, and we're gonna go enjoy this turkey taco ring. Bye.